There is a big emphasis on gratitude in our New Age spiritual world. And that's quite good because at least it eliminates two very undesirable qualities in us human beings, that of a false sense of entitlement and always complaining. Gratitude has become quite popular in our culture as a means to help you to get ahead in life. But gratitude alone, by itself, will not be able to do that for you. Now, I don't mean to burst your bubble here, but this is really a fact. Have you ever noticed how much you can be thankful for so many things in your life, yet nothing changes to make your world any better? That is because gratitude is only one of the key ingredients required to make a positive difference. When you're facing adversity and you're down and out and feeling very negative and you lack that oomph for life, gratitude is the first place to go to, as it is an integral element to help lift you up. But it must come together with some other very important key elements, which I will point out to you and guide you along, so as to add power to that gratitude for it to work in your favor rather than crumble. If you are in a dark and low place in your life, it is important to start first by going into that place of gratitude. Because if you skip this step and you try to move on to other elements that I'm going to share with you, these, when you try to implement them in your life, they're going to end up feeling very difficult to do and they'll feel like a drag. So if you are in an unpleasant place in life, why be grateful? Simply because you're going to have to dig deep within you to find something good in your adverse situation, in your downtroddenness. I am sure if you were to look closely, you would be able to find something good there, even if it were not the ideal you wanted. Because I like to say, in every bad situation, it could always end up being worse, but it isn't. And that is something for which you can be thankful. I can look at our current situation in the world today. At least where I live, I can say I'm very grateful that at least I don't have bombs flying down on us. We may be a little restricted, but there's still a freedom of movement to a certain extent. And for that, I'm very grateful. When you look at your downtrodden situation, there is always some lesson there to learn. For example, if you fell ill, you may need to correct something that you were doing wrong over time, something that you need to improve. Maybe you live too much of a stressful life. You need to improve your eating habits. Your whole general way of life may be out of balance. So there is something there to learn. And to dive deep amidst an adverse situation while you're feeling very downtrodden requires great strength. To find something to be thankful in the bad, some good that can come out of it. And this is the strength that adds power to your gratitude to fuel it up to work in your favor when you bring all the other elements together. And the moment you find something to be sincerely grateful for, and you have to be sincerely grateful, you can't fake it, you have to actually feel it and recognize it, what happens? You start to light up inside. And as you light up inside, your spirits brighten, you feel hopeful, and you feel encouraged, and even your aura is going to glow a bit. And in doing so, when that happens, there is the darkness of all your discouragement and resentment starts to dissipate. And why this happens, it is because gratitude keeps you focused on all things good, on all the good that you have, rather than what you don't have, the lack. So you focus on your blessings rather than the curses and the ills of your life. So basically, what gratitude is It is a shift in your focus in elevating ways. And it is a genuine and heartfelt recognition of all the good you have before you. And when this happens to you, when you are so grateful within and you light up and your energy feels different and brighter, you start to feel positive, it opens you up now to a floodgate of possibilities. Without a grateful heart, what you end up doing is feeding your negative state or situation with more and more negative energy. And what this does, it keeps the negative situation alive as you keep giving it more and more power over you. But gratitude, when you apply gratitude, when you truly are grateful, what happens, it not only shifts your focus, but there's a shift in your energy also into a positive direction. So it creates a spark to the positive that you want in your life. And therefore, this is like turning on the switch in your vehicle or pressing that button so that you get your vehicle to turn on, to get the engine going in your vehicle. But it does not get the engine moving, the vehicle moving. It needs more than just a gratitude to get you into a better place, into where you want to actually be. The reason why gratitude is not enough when you want to get out of a downtrodden state is simply because once you start that engine with the spark of gratitude, you actually need the following elements. You need some fuel or a boost in electricity. You need to shift into the right gear to be able to take off. You need to actually press the pedal for the vehicle to move. And most importantly, you need to know where you're going, exactly what it is you want. The GPS, you need a GPS to help you navigate to get to where you want. So, your spirits are bright with gratitude. You are no longer exerting energy, resenting your downtrodden state or situation. So, this is what is the next step you have to take. Now, you need to determine exactly what it is you want, know where you're going and why. What value will it bring you and others, especially those close to you? How will it improve your life? What are its benefits? And the reason you need to understand and really know what value it's going to bring you is because down the road, you're going to need to remind yourself of that value. The next step you're going to take is you have to shift into the right gear in order to move forward. So to shift into the right gear, you actually have to know some steps at least to get you going, steps to take, chart them out. And then you need some fuel or boost of electricity. Now, because in the future we may not be driving fueled run vehicles, but they're going to be all electric. So you need that boost of electricity. And what is that boost to your gratitude? You are going to actually have to believe that, yes, I can. So you're going to believe in yourself and you're going to trust in a divine power, the all creative power that brought everything in this universe into being, who is more than capable, which means that as you take your steps, whatever it is you do, and you keep your spirits bright and you're grateful, you're going to have to do a degree of letting go. And it's an inner letting go, trusting in that divine power to guide you and to protect you and take you through some of the challenging steps. And when you let go, what happens? It frees you up now to relax a bit within, to actually enjoy life, because so many of us, we run after things and we don't have that joy within ourselves. We don't enjoy life. And the other very important element of boosting, have a boost of electricity, is while you may actually start off by yourself in getting ahead, you are going to need some level of support, whether because if you don't, you're going to actually run out of fuel and enthusiasm and vigor. And that support in the beginning might actually be some inspiring message, a reminder of where you want to go. But you'll also need people to help you and resources. So please remember that and try to garner as much positive influences and support as you move along. So now you're ready to take off, to press the pedal to propel you forward. You are going to actually have to do this by taking small steps as often as possible, every day, if you can, toward improving. You know, it's something like the Japanese Kaizen method. If you're not familiar with it, I recommend that you Google it. It's really what it entails is taking every small step taken, like every kilometer covered, will create improvement and get you closer to what you want. So all the small steps is going to add up to get you to this bigger picture that you want. You know, in our world today, we are so focused on how these great giants have accomplished great things in life, thinking that because there's some great giant, whether they are self-realized master, some preacher, some multi-millionaire or billionaire, or whatever it may be, we think because they're a giant that they took one big leap from being in a downtrodden state up to that place where they've accomplished this great big feat. No, they didn't. We have to look at the whole picture, all the elements that came together for them to reach to that point, including all their disappointments, their falling down and getting up to get there. I know sometimes they may try to convey to you that, oh, all of this is possible, and they make it look easy. But no, it entails many elements that came together to get them to where they are today. And it's very important to go through all these because it helps build your character. It brings patience, endurance, perseverance, and compassion for others. One of my caveats I will slip in here is that while you're driving and getting movement and being propelled to where you want to go, of course, the start is always going to be a bit slow. And when you're at that point, you might get really irritated and discouraged because it's moving too slow. The big picture is way out there and you're only right here. Be patient. And my caveat is don't keep looking back when that happens. Don't keep looking in your rearview mirror, in other words, because that is going to set you back. And you can even end up with an accident, end up stalling, taking a detour, and you end up being set back. If this happens, or if you run out of fuel or electricity, shuts down, I say, always come back to that point or to that place of gratitude so that it can fire you up again to keep you going. It will brighten up your spirits. And always look at the alternative. To stay in that downtrodden situation or downtrodden state, or keep going. Remember what you want and the value that it's going to add to your life. You see, gratitude is all about what you do with it. It is not merely about announcing it and feeling it, because it will not do much for you. Yes, it's great to announce it. Tell people how thankful you are for their influence in your lives and what they've done for you. It will light up their lives and definitely light up yours. But it is more about what you do with it. It is about making the most of what you have, what little it may be, and even finding the good in the bad. Because even in the bad, you're going to find some level of knowledge and wisdom that is going to prove to be quite beneficial for your own individual spiritual evolution. and for you to make progress in life. When gratitude exists in one's life, there is a divine presence or state of being that transcends mental and emotional negativities, as you can find good even in the midst of adversity. Ingratitude darkens that sacred place in your heart where God, the universal intelligence, and all its possibilities reside. When you open the tap of gratitude in your life, what you do is you close off the tap of negative energy, negative thoughts that promote self pity and that prevents progress. When you open the tap of gratitude, what flows through and out of it is hope, positive energy that lifts up your spirits and propels you forward into positive action. And it facilitates progress with all the other key elements that come together to make the whole. So I encourage you to stay grateful. So it will ignite possibilities and give you strength, courage, and enthusiasm to get up when you are down, so as to invite more good into your life. Because whatever you focus on grows. So focus on the good and the positive to bring more of these into your life.